He could have turned back. He chose to swim. He trusted the promise. He went back. They cut off his head on the bank while he was still swimming. His brother believed them. He survived. The one who survived built a kingdom 6 years later. Was survival betrayal, or was going back suicide? No brother left. No safety left. Only the road. His name alone was enough to kill him. His mother's blood kept him alive. His father's name made him hunted. His mother's name kept him breathing. In the East, his blood was a death warrant. In the West, his mother's blood became his only shield. The same blood that hunted him, saved him. Who really saved the project? His father's house or his mother's people? He survived in spite of his name, not because of it. The prince waited. The servant went first. The prince did not cross first. He sent his servant alone into the dark. He tested the loyalties. He opened the door. Then the prince walked through unharmed. The servant took the risk. The prince took the path. Who paid the real price? The prince or the servant? The road was opened by someone else's hands, and that never left his throat. They offered him life on one condition: live under them. They offered him safety, money, and marriage. He refused to live under their banner. He chose war and opened the door to blood on himself. He refused to be contained and paid the full price. Was his refusal the courage of a founder or the ambition of a man who would accept only the throne? He chose to become the enemy. There was no road back. The army was watching. The rumor moved faster than any horse. They accused him of planning to run, so he gave away his horse and rode a slower mule in front of the entire army. He closed the last door of escape on himself and opened the door to power. Real courage or a calculated performance? No escape left, only victory or death. He did not send an army. He sent something heavier. He crushed the banner of Baghdad. He cut off the heads of its leaders and sent them east. He did not send an army. He sent heads. Deterrence forced by survival, or brutality that victory cannot justify. The message arrived. The caliph understood. He never asked for the title. The enemy gave it to him. His most famous title did not come from his supporters. It came from his enemy. He asked, "Who is the Falcon of Quraysh?" He rejected every name. Then he named the fugitive who crossed the sea, the enemy who destroyed his family, made his name immortal. Who truly won? The one who took the caliphate, or the one who took eternity? The caliphate stayed there. The name stayed here. He owned the land. He never owned himself. He built an emirate. Then he stood before a lone palm tree and saw the exile that never healed. The land he ruled never returned the land he lost. Did he find a homeland, or did he build a state on top of his exile? The blood ended. He remained a stranger until the end.